You and Eddie Murphy have always been super close.
Yes. He just hit me on Facebook yesterday.
Did he?
Yeah. I had stopped by the crib, and because I had an idea. We had seen an unsung on a man named Dick Gregory. And I don't think we knew as comics, as vets now, that the reason we sit on the couch of these talk shows is because Dick Gregory, a long time ago, said, I'd like to sit on the couch after I do my stand-up. And they said, no. And he said, well, then I won't do stand-up. And it was that protest that started late-night shows inviting black comics over. Because there was a time when if you were good and you were white, you could come over possibly. If you were good and you were black, you just had to be good over there. And I was asking Eddie if because I have the most young and diverse audience in late night, so I'm very careful about the fragile nature of that booking. You know, Dick Gregory, I'm old, you know. So I was asking Eddie if he thought that would be a good booking, because I think a man who does something like that, for a stand-up like me to have a couch now with my name on it, I got to bring him, you know. And so we were talking about that, and his assistant took a silly picture while we were talking and then put it on Facebook the other day. But yeah, that's my little brother, man. And he and my son are the creative consultants on my show that don't get paid.
Really?
Oh yeah, yeah. When you do something, I bet the most important elements of anything you do are the people who love you, the people who are closest to you, the people who care about your art.
Sure.
I got a lot of good friends that are silent producers on my show who are constantly, I mean, even when it comes to somebody like Prince and saying, you know, Prince called me and congratulated me and told me, save me a night. And I didn't know when he was coming, but after I got picked up for the second year, he said, this is the time. And
well,
he came.
I mean, most people, I think, consider Coming to America Eddie Murphy's greatest movie.
Really good, because I'm in that one.
Yeah, exactly. Do you agree? You know, if you just take your own role out of it, of course. I mean, would you say that was Eddie Murphy's greatest movie?
I would say it's top two based on my taste, but one is going to surprise you, or however you order these.
Boomerang?
It's interesting you say that, because I like Boomerang. Boomerang's a good movie, but before Roger Ebert died, he talked to me about Bowfinger.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. And after we talked, I realized he was right. He even said something to the effect of Eddie should have been nominated for an Oscar. He thought Eddie's performance in that, because sometimes when you put on the makeup, you can bury yourself within the character. Eddie played a couple guys in that required no prosthetic makeup.
Yeah.
Also, it was a Steve Martin pin, which is always going to make it great. And after he talked to me about Bowfinger, I said, you know, you're right, Mr. Ebert. Bowfinger was a good movie. So I might go Coming to America Bowfinger, and I bet now you're going to watch Bowfinger again.
I probably will.
Yeah, you got to go back and check it out. He made me go look at it again.
Well, you know, you watch True Hip Hop Stories on the Dave Chappelle show.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and they actually revolve around Eddie Murphy. You know,
yeah.
And I'd actually, when I talked to...
Because, you know, Charlie was over there.
Yeah, exactly. When, you know, and actually when I talked to Charlie, he said that the next season of the Chappelle show, it was supposed to be about Eddie Murphy. He was supposed to be true hip hop stories. I mean, you know, true Hollywood.
Yeah,
stories
there were some
Eddie
more.
Murphy.
There were many more. There was one that I tried to get Chappelle to do, and Charlie. I tried to get Charlie Murphy and Chappelle to do one where someone, and I won't go into it in detail,
Okay.
but someone came to Eddie's house once and stole his first Rolex. So this is a brother who just made it, got his first Rolex. People come to the house, we all hang out, and somebody steals his Rolex, and we know who stole it. Charlie knows. So it's a perfect true story.
This is a
for
celebrity
Charlie.
that stole the Rolex?
Yeah. Yeah. A famous person stole it. So I couldn't believe I was having a hard time getting them to do that one and put the Prince on the back burner. Because the Prince one was cool. Whenever Prince made pancakes, that's always a good comedy story. But I couldn't believe that they wouldn't do this other one. But I think it requires that that person step up and say, yeah, I stole a watch. Because they kind of got to be in it like Rick James was in it.